Hello everyone, welcome to my Minecraft world. I'm Anti-Mr. Me, and this is a Bedrock realm that me and a couple friends of mine have been working on for a couple years now, and I just wanted to give you a little tour to see what we have done. So, this is my secondary farm that I've constructed. What I have here is, it started out as a basic witch farm. It's down there. Up here is the AFK spot. You stand right here. So, when you're standing right here, you can operate this lever right here, and it'll turn on the Trident Killer in the witch farm. But then after that, I installed this creeper farm, which is operated off the same switch that works the witch farm. And then later on I added this iron farm, which works really well. It's not the fastest iron farm on Bedrock, I don't believe, but it does work really well. Which also turned into a villager trading hall. But because I was getting gunpowder, I added this small sugarcane farm, which just runs off of this hopper clock. And then I have my small smelter. I added a dripstone farm. I added a lava bank here. And then I added this secondary sugarcane farm, because turns out you can never have too much. I got a stone generator just in case I need some stone. This is the collection from the witch farm. So I was toying with the idea of how I was going to get the items up here, and I decided separate water columns for each item, because I wanted the sorter to be closer to the witch farm. Not sure why, but that's what I wanted. So I put in a basic item sorter here. Item filter. This is what collects random potions that drop from the witches, and then all non-stackable items go into lava. And then here is all of the water streams, and then they are powered by this dropper clock that I believe so far you can't break it. It just works. So when an item comes in to the dropper, it's detected with the comparator, which powers the sticky piston, which moves the observer, which when you have two observers that are looking at each other, they output a redstone signal, which then is picked up by every other observer, which is facing out, which then powers the block behind them, which goes into the block next to the droppers, which powers all the droppers. So no matter how many items are in one dropper, because I'm using observers, it'll never back up. And just to make sure, it fires all of them at the same time, which works really well. So this is my main secondary farm. I've really enjoyed building it so far. It still needs a lot of decoration, but everything works really well. Now we will take my nether portal, and we will head through the nether tunnels that we have built. So underneath all this carpet we have here, we have soul sand, because we have soul speed 3. So it makes traveling some of these really long tunnels a little faster. This nether project was quite the undertaking. These tunnels go really far. So it's nice to have a little speed boost when you're running through the nether. Which comes into the piglin hall. So we have all of our piglins down here. Get those guys out of here. And then when you come down here, here's all the collection for everything that is traded by piglins. The piglin farm is powered by a couple hopper clocks. You'll notice that I really like hopper clocks, so I use them a lot. But you turn that switch on, and then when you come up here, they all trade at the exact same time. They all get a piece of gold at the exact same time. And they all trade at the exact same time. Which is, I have found, is good and bad. What we tend to run into is, no matter how hard we try, the system will back up. Hoppers just cannot move items fast enough to keep the system from backing up. So we have a double chest here. That's where all the items go initially. And then they feed through here. And around this corner. Through here. And then through here to the last one. And then anything that makes it through the system just goes to lava. It's not worth trying to recycle it to send it back through. So, plus we have pretty redundant, you know, there's 3 of everything, so that helps to make sure that, you know, items don't get through as bad. But there's some items that we're not collecting. I use infinity on my bow, so I don't need arrows. And then like boots and stuff that don't stack, they go through there. And then if I ever want them, I can just turn this switch on, lock everything so it can't spit it out. So that's the basis of the Nether. The tunnels just lead to a lot of farms that we have built. Magma farms, wither skeleton farms, so this is my base. It's still a work in progress. The biggest farm that I have here is, this is my kelp farm. Trying to get ready for when the new crafter block comes out. So this is 1 module. This side is 3 modules tall. And this side is also 3 modules tall. And it's collected with a hopper minecart. One of the differences that we have compared to Java is even if the redstone stopped firing, the kelp will never turn the flowing water into a source block. It cannot grow up past a block that is not a full block. So if you look at this block right here, this is the flowing water source. It is considered a full block. So kelp can grow all the way up to here. But this block is 7/8 of a block on down. So you have 7/8, 6/8, 5/8, 4/8, 3/8, 2/8, 1/8. Right. Because it is not a full block, kelp cannot grow in it. So we don't have to do the whole signs or fence gates thing to keep the farm running. This is a really long minecart rail. It needs to be adjusted and shortened a little bit. Sometimes the minecart gets lost. So every once in a while you have to go through here if I've been gone for a while and give the minecart a push. Yep, see, there it is right there. And now I'm going to go hit my head on the ceiling. So, this is it. This is the kelp farm. It's pretty nice. I really enjoy it. This is the reason why I built it, is this really long furnace array here. Let me sleep really quick while it's nighttime. I have to be standing on the bed for one person's sleep. Shout out to Foxy No Tail for his one person sleep. It's fantastic. So, as you can see here, this is Bamboo Farm. Just a simple bamboo farm with a slime block flying machine. I guess it's slime and honey blocks. And down here, this is all my collection for bamboo, which is currently overflowing. These are shulker loader, completely full shulker boxes. This is my little lay hut. I haven't figured out what I want to use them for yet. This is an item sorter that I got from Silent Whisper. It works pretty good. So far, I've had very little trouble with it. Some items do get through. I don't currently, like, all of these items have made it through, even though they're all sorted. I don't currently use it anyway, because if we leave here, well, in a second. Got a mud farm. Got a farmer collecting wheat, so we can make mud bricks. Cactus farm. Pumpkin and melon farms. More sugarcane. Cactus farm is over. It's full again. Which normally I just turn into bone meal. This is my first attempt at a kelp farm. Didn't work, but I haven't torn it out yet. And then here, this is an automatic potion brewer that will continuously brew potions till the chest is full or it runs out of material. I played a lot with the timings to figure it out, and then how to power the right blocks at the right time to get it to act the same way as if you were pushing a wood button. But like I said, really like hopper clocks, so I use them all the time. So I've recently been working on my base, so I don't currently have any doors. So I've kind of just been letting myself out like this. It's my little watchtower I built. I have a azalea tree farm. I have a flower farm, which goes right into bone meal. I have a chicken riding a minecart forever. Chicken farm. Bone meal farm. I believe this one is also by Silent Whisper. So if very lag friendly, surprisingly, with how much stuff is happening. And I've had no problem with this farm being fully self-sustaining. Like, at all. It makes way more bone meal than it needs to run. I send everything right to composters. I have 10 composters, so I can make sure that they keep up. This is the original Villager Trading Hall. I really enjoyed it. Still buy a lot of stuff here. And this was built before the the newest update, so they're all... everything's cheap. I think mending and unbreaking are both 1 emerald. So... now over here, this is a friend of mine's farm. This is his creeper farm. It's going to be a rocket factory. So it's got all this sugarcane being grown and collected. This is his iron farm. Villager breeder. And then a sheep farm for every color sheep in the game. There's some lag over here, but that's because giant zombie pigman farm, which we haven't even been able to calculate the rates on, because once it gets going, it's just a constant stream of zombie pigmen. And it takes like 5 minutes to shut off, just because there's so many zombie pigmen up there. And then if you come down here, this is just the smelting array for the pigman farm. And just so you can see how needed it is, this is the lava farm, which I believe is 3 layers of cauldrons collecting lava. It takes a tremendous amount of lava buckets to smelt that. But the lag comes from this. This is an item sorter for every item in the game. And it goes all the way to Bedrock. As far down in the world as you can go, this is how far the item sorter goes. So the nice thing is, if you're trying to build something, you can just come down here and go shopping. And here we are at the bottom. Over here is the library. So the way this works is, if you need a book, it's all going to be labeled what books go where. But if this, let's say this is mending, if you take this book, it's designed to refill the bookshelf. Let's get out of the lag fortress. If we fly over here, you'll see what I believe is the last 2 farms that we have in this area. This is a working raid farm. And underneath of it, we have your standard item collection, no big deal. But we collect totems with a laze. So that way we just never run out. AFK'd the farm for a few hours, and I don't believe we're ever going to run out of totems. Let's get ready to sleep. I was standing on the bed. Over here is a copper farm and a squid farm. This is from where me and my buddy didn't realize that glow squid have to be at a certain Y level to spawn. Well, everyone, this is going to be the end of, we'll call it part 1 of the Realm Tour. There's still a lot to show. So I'll see you in the next one.